you were appointed to Chief Brand Officer earlier this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about that role with the company or your role with the company? How did you get to where you are today and what is the Chief Brand Officer?
So I'll start with that last part. So Chief Brand Officer, that's the terminology we use within Go-To Foods. At other companies, you might find these roles called president of the brand. And so my job is to look out for the strategy, operations, growth, and marketing of the McAlister's brand, as well as obviously working hand in hand with our franchisee teams. So that's the terminology we use. So each of our 7 brands within Go-To Foods has a chief brand officer. Again, in other companies, you might find that to be a president role. And so that's a little bit about what that chief brand officer role is. And I have been in this role for McAlister's since January. I've been with Go-To Foods in total for 5 years. It's been a tremendous 5 years. Really, my role in those earlier years was to help build that platform company across these 7 iconic brands. We've built shared services, for instance, a paid media group, whereby we're able to still have absolutely tailored plans for each one of our brands, build a loyalty program infrastructure where you have absolutely, tailored loyalty programs for each of our brands, but do it with some shared services expertise. And so we call it kind of allowing the brands to punch above their weight. So it's a super honor and thrill for me now to be leading a brand using some of those platform engines, and therefore we're winning against competition in a way that's even bigger and better than what McAlister's is able to do on its own. So that's a little bit about the portfolio company and business that we've built here at Go-To Foods. You asked about my prior background. Prior to joining Go-To Foods, I've spent over 20 years in a combination of technology and digital roles. Early part of my career was actually working for a technology company and helping to bring loyalty programs to life. For instance, Caesars Entertainment and Harrah's Casinos back in the day. I was part of the team to help really build and craft that loyalty program, one of the first multi-brand loyalty programs, as part of the technology team, and then worked full-time with them as well in the marketing function. So I've spent a lot of years in restaurants, in hospitality, and in retail, in a combination of technology, digital, and loyalty roles, but also overall brand as chief marketing officer and chief digital officer, and in addition to that, operations and P&L management roles. So companies like Caesars, Petco, Pep Boys, prior to coming, I would say, back home to the food industry, which is how I put myself through college.